Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna go through how grenades work in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is gonna be a very newbie-friendly, but still a relatively professional guide. Even people all the way up to Legendary Eagle Master rank will not know all the mechanics of how grenades work. So I'm gonna go through that in as thoroughly fashion as possible, so stick with me. And keep in mind that my motivation for making this video is that I've seen a couple of people out there on YouTube with 1 million subscribers making guides about how the grenades work. They're completely wrong and they're missing so many details and just important shit with the grenades that will elevate your level so much more, which is why I'm motivated towards making this guide here. So keep that in mind. Let's go through the grenades first in a very basic way, and as we keep on going, it's all gonna get more and more detail-y and professionally in terms of how effective and how we can use the grenades and how we can synergize them, and infinitely you'll become a lot better of a player if you watch this from start to end. So first thing first, let's go in the shop here and look at the grenades. So for people who don't know, you can only have 2 of the Flashbang, and that's the only one that you can stack. You can only carry 4 grenades. That's also the max, by the way. Here are the set prices for terrorist side. The only difference for CT side is that the Molotov is 600 bucks. Keep in mind that that Molotov is also, let's see, yeah. As far as I can remember, it will damage the enemy a lot less, so that's kind of interesting. I think it's so that it won't be as damaging for terrorists to push, while on the terrorist side, because CT is so OP, they made the Molly here that you can see a lot more strong, so that it will be more effectively, and, you know, they can't just camp hardcore even if they're on fire. So that's a Molotov for you, starting out. Then we got the Decoy Grenade. It looks just like the Flashbang, but it's a lot cheaper. You can only have 1. It won't blow up until a lot longer after you have tossed it. And what else is there to say about this this nice device? Yeah, it will actually blow up when it's done making its simulation sound, and the simulation sound will always be after your last carrier gun or the most powerful one you has. So that's important. You can synergize it with the smoke grenades in order to be able to create a lot more effective decoy-ish case scenarios with it, but other than that, most good players, they will hear whether or not a decoy is a decoy or not. So yeah, let's go through the rest of the grenades here. Then we got the Flashbang. Yeah, it says make a loud noise and blinding flash when thrown at enemy. Pull pin first. Yeah, that goes without saying. So the Flashbang, essentially, when you toss it at an enemy, it will flash at them if they are standing really close or are looking at it. If you look away, you won't be as flashed. I think it's reduced by like 80%, the flash effect, so that's good. Other than that, it will completely mute any noise that you can hear in the game. So it's very important in more professional strategies to kind of sort of utilize that if you ever get the chance to, because that way you can suddenly do kind of rush, and maybe one guy will stand and like mute the guy that milk information, and there you go, fucking pro stat with a Flashbang that you were not even looking at. So that goes without saying for more higher levels. Let's move on then, because the Flashbang, you know, you toss it, it flash people, it bounces with good spots. You can easily blind a lot of enemies, so nothing more, too much more to say. Then we got the high explosive grenade. Very basic stuff here. It will hit an enemy down to how much health I got right now if they do not have armor, and if you hit them close by. You can technically kill a guy without armor with a grenade. You need to toss it and hit an enemy in the face, which will cause up to 2 points of damage, and then it can hit 98 if you don't have armor, if it also blows up in an enemy's face, so keep that in mind. If you got armor though, it will only hit up to 46 or 45 or something like that if you're lucky, and if it hits the enemy, so it can do a lot of damage onto an enemy if you are not able to see him, or if you're predicting that he's there. Me, for example, I've gotten a lot of kills just lining up my crosshair approximately right at that top of the door and just run and toss it. You can aim it a little bit higher as well, maybe at that corner. It all depends on where the enemy might be standing, and you can effectively hit him where he's standing and hit him a fuck ton. So yeah, grenades very important. They have a set fuse. They make a distinct sound whenever they bounce off surfaces, and other than that, there are not too much more to talk about other than the smoke grenade, which is my most prioritized grenade in the entire game. So the smoke grenade, it makes a smoke field. It lasts for approximately 14 to 16 seconds. When you jump into the smoke, you get blinded relatively fast, but when you leave, it now like the flash bullshit, it ends a lot faster. Still though, you get pretty fucking, or not flashed, you get blocked, like you can't see. Your visibility, it varies depending on how close you are. And if you sit down, we're gonna do some more demonstrations here. If you sit down close by, like if you're standing at the edge here and then you sit down, like you can see a little bit more. So if you play around with it, you can be able to utilize the smoke a little bit better. Still, very nice field of blockage, and it makes it more annoying for the enemy to accurately hit you if you cannot see. So, yeah, very important item. Also, it will distinguish Molotovs, so if you are at that place and that time, it might be a nice thing to know so that you can execute that, so that you can kill some people. So, those are the grenades. Let's go on with a lot of your physics, because the physics will allow you to do certain things with the grenades. So, I'm gonna use the flashbang as a little measurement here to just teach you people all about the physics and show you. So, first off, depending on where you look, the grenade will fly so and so far. This distance is only, let's actually switch to the grenade. This distance is only limited by which type of a click that you hold in. So right click is the shortest distance, which is really dangerous if you are, you know, hurt. You can actually like run around a corner and look backwards and toss it and then run away. Then you can accurately maybe kill somebody running after you, but that's a weird case scenario. Okay, holding both mouse right and left in at the same time, it will cause a very medium kind of trajectory. And, you know, the fucking shorter you're gonna toss it, the higher up maybe you should toss it. And maybe you should run as well, because that way you can accurately make it actually fall somewhere, while if you're doing the same and you're actually running, you can see the trajectory is really fucking far. Keep in mind the curves, by the way. The curves are always the same. And also, if you jump, it will have its set curve as well. It will be always in this kind of very weird shape. Now, if you jump, by the way, and you just look horizontally, it will be like that, okay? But if you're looking down and you're running and you're jumping, it will, so to speak, just bounce if you can hit that area perfect, which accurately can fuck up an enemy if you can, if you like practice these physics, you can accurately hit specific areas in which you can make the grenade land, and suddenly the guy camping around that corner will be fucked. Now that requires a lot of practice, and you need to understand that where you move will elevate or de-elevate, is that even a word? I'm Norwegian, I fuck up English, but you know, like, how far you move forward might make the grenade fly further, and if you're doing the opposite direction, it won't fly as far, okay? Very basic physics. Same actually goes for the sideways in which you toss it, which can allow you to move and toss nades, in which will allow you to, for example, get to safety, while in reality, if you were to stand still right here, you should be dead. So a nice example is to, by the way, this is a little bit annoying of a grenade to teach. As you can see there, I fucked it up, but like, if you understand where to toss it, you can easily hit within that little door there, and suddenly the enemy is completely flashed while you were able to move, which is very important at higher levels of the game. It allows you to move and not be shot, and if you quickly switch to your knife after you've tossed a grenade, for example, you can move even faster out of the way, because you move faster with the knife, and also, you don't get tagged as much with the knife, so if you just work on those small things, you can effectively be able to get to cover and flash the enemy and suppress them. Same actually goes for any grenade here, so if you want to toss a grenade there as well, you can do the same thing. So, you know, those are the basic physics, and also the thing about, like, jumping and looking down, the grenade will always follow the path in which you look, so if you just work with those, you can be able to craft a couple of very original nades that I've not seen any professional kind of people even try and think of. Me, for example, I want to aim at that approximate place right there, and the goal is going to be to try and make the grenade blow up as fast as possible, but also as close here as possible, so that let's say that there's a guy short, he want to be able to barely accurately maybe peek this place a little bit more safely. If I'm then standing here, and I know, like, okay, so if I'm moving forward and I'm looking approximately there, or maybe there, and then I'm moving forward and I'm jumping with an aid, because, you know, if you're jumping, you're moving upwards, that creates upward momentum, that it transforms into momentum with a grenade, like this, for example. If you do that, you will be able to make the grenade fly faster. But the thing is that this trajectory, it will actually make the grenade forced downwards, which is kind of weird, but it's how the physics works, and it's something that no professional really talks about. So if you do that, you can effectively be able to make a grenade that will pop almost perfectly right there, which then will blind anybody that might be standing on that pallet, for example. Or if you work on your grenade, you can maybe like shorten your distance, like work that far further away, and then maybe it will blow exactly there, which will be even more effective for the tunnel. Maybe it might move even further away, and it might make it blow up like exactly Here, for example, like if you just work on with these physics, you can be able to craft your own grenades, and they can be incredibly lethal depending on how you want to play the game. But it all requires an understanding and just playing around with the grenade and understanding all those physics, and take note of the details I mentioned. If you do all those things, you can easily be able to do a lot with the grenades. So, you know what, I think we are almost done. Let's just do a rundown first here. So, okay, buy time is over. Let's kill ourselves so that we... that's pretty fucking violent. Oh my god. Yeah, that's one hell of a fight. Let's just go run through here so that I don't forget any details, because I really want to, you know, not fuck around here. So, Decoy Grenade blows up after a set amount of time. It will take the noise of your most powerful gun, in terms of damage, by the way, or price, actually. Molotov is stronger on T side, cheaper on T side. It will blow up if you just toss it in the air. Like, that's just to prevent so that it won't fall too far, for example. As you can see. Wow, okay, I cannot be able to make it, you know, blow up in the midair. Are you for real? Okay, let's see if we can do that shit. Whatever. Okay, you get the point. If like, it cannot hit any surface, it will not blow up. Does that work? Oh my god. Okay, let's move on then to all the other grenades. Then we got the Flashbang, flashes, blinds, and mutes your ears after a set time. Very nice to blind enemies, and it can effectively make them so confused you can easily kill them. Then we got the HE Grenade. Very nice for certain places and times. Just tossing it at places in which you think the enemy might be at can ruin their lives. Smoke Grenade allow you to go through paths, etc. Very effective in terms of strategies and such, which also distinguish that grenade. And yeah, actually, this was something I wanted to show you people. So let's go here. So if you learn how to synergize your grenades properly, you can effectively be able to ruin an enemy's life if you just work on angles and timings effectively. Here, for example, if you work your grenade and you jump and toss it, it can almost immediately explode after it lands, and that landing cue, if you hear that and you're on the other side of the smoke, that's when you're supposed to turn around, you know? Because that way you only get 80% flash instead of 100% flash, and you can then turn around and then kill the enemy. But if you do what I just showed you right there, you toss down the smoke, you look a little bit down, you jump toss, you jump left click, no, I mean you jump right click your grenade, you can effectively blind the enemy while he cannot see the flashbang. So that can effectively allow you to rush through the smoke, grab that gun, just pound him down, and he's completely ruined. So very nice kind of way of synergizing the flashbang with the smoke. And other than that, just play the game and you'll infinitely be able to learn a lot more about grenades and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna make videos about spots and shit like that eventually as I learn a lot more of them in CSGO, because I have actually reached Legendary Eagle Master without knowing any, or not any, but like very few grenades. So it goes without saying that they're not ultra essential, but just knowing the most basic ones that I know, for example, it will allow you to effectively execute a lot of stuff in this game, and it will allow you to become a better of a player. So keep that in mind. They're not essential, they're an assist tool, and they can allow you to do a lot of things, but only the best of the best got the incomplete package. And so as I keep on learning new nades and shit like that, I'll easily be able to rank up from LEM, but still, they're not essentials, but they're very, very, very helpful. So hopefully you people enjoy this video, and if you did, please write in the comment section if there's like any small details I missed. I might add that on like as a comment later on or some bullshit like that in the description. I don't know. So anyways, if you found this video helpful, you should think of maybe subscribing and support the channel, because I don't run any ads unless a video gets popular, if you didn't know. Like, yeah, that's just how the rules go around here. So yeah, if you want to support, we got Patreon. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.